And welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany. If you are returning, then thanks so much for coming back to hang out with me for a little bit. I really do love getting to know all of you. If you are new here, hi, my name is Brittany. I am a family nurse practitioner and I was once an emergency nurse in another life. What I love to do is I love to create educational content on here, interacting with all of the other fellow new nurse practitioners, and then sharing just a little bit of my journey from transitioning from a nurse to a nurse practitioner. So for today's video, I'm going to share just a little bit about my new position working as a nurse practitioner in an urgent care. I actually started filming this video a few weeks ago with every intention of getting that up when I started the new job, but life happens. If you don't know, I actually am a mom of 2 young boys as well, and life gets a little hectic juggling all of the things. And I was actually supposed to work today, hence the scrubs. But we unfortunately had another very severe thunderstorm in our area, and a tornado actually hit near our area and did a lot of damage again, and therefore the building that I work at lost power. And I was just called with the official, we're not going to work today. They have not regained power yet. I do work tomorrow. Hopefully it'll all be solved by then, but I figured, hey, I have childcare downstairs, so there's no saying that you won't still hear them playing in the background, but I might as well just take the opportunity while somebody is entertaining the kids to hop on here and just chat with you guys. So what I think I will do is I'll share a little bit of the footage that I created when I was starting, when I was when I was training for my new position, and then I'll come back to today and kind of show you or tell you where I'm at now, and we'll go from there. Good afternoon. It is like 3 o'clock right now. I am going to my first day of work as a nurse practitioner. So this is literally my first day in the role of a nurse practitioner, a new NP. I'm hoping though today is smooth, okay? I'm just gonna manifest it. I'm putting it out into the cosmos. Any higher energy, greater powers, I hope you hear this, because I need it to just go smoothly, at least for a little bit. I ain't ready for anything crazy just yet. Urgent care I like because people come in for a specific issue. This is what's going on, and I'm hoping that it will be an easy transition working in the ER as a nurse to working as an NP in the urgent care. I'm training today and tomorrow, and then Friday will be my first shift completely on my own. I keep trying to remind myself that this is another example of a time in my life where I am knocked back down the totem pole and I'm coming into something as a beginner, as a novice, and I have to remind myself that there will come a time where I won't feel like this nervousness, and I will feel like I am a competent nurse practitioner. And I've heard from people that say it took them about 6 months to even a year to really feel confident in their role as a nurse practitioner. So today is day 1.
Push it down, push it down, push it down, push it down. I can't reach.
Push what down, baby?
He wants this one.
Oh, you gotta wait till I turn on the car and you can roll it down. Day 2.
No, Mommy, I can't reach the button.
A little more hectic because I gotta get the kids to their grandparents. Oh my goodness. It's a warm 82 degrees. I'm gonna get the air going for a second. I planned on getting on here and talking for a minute before I went to work, but that did not happen. So I am talking to you after I have finished my shift. Today was my last day, training, I guess you would say. I didn't keep track of the numbers of patients. I should have, because I would say it was over 30. It was very busy. It seems to pick up as the day goes on, when people get off work or on lunch break or whatever, because before noon was chill, and then as the day went on, patients started piling up. So you have to finish your charting within the day. Technically you can take it home, though everyone recommends that you don't do that, and I really don't want to have to take home charting, not to mention, if you do your charting at work, you get paid for it. So I'm really hoping that I can find some kind of flow where where I obviously give the patient the proper amount of time and care, but not so long that I'm just like falling way behind and piling up on patients. And tomorrow it's just like diving in, I guess. I won't get out until at least 10 o'clock, but I think that's wishful thinking. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, so back to today, present day. My very first shift working as a nurse practitioner, I saw 17 patients in 6 hours. I felt like it was a lot. It's a very busy office that I'm working at. They do have a primary care component working within the office, but I only see like the walk-in urgent care patients. I will say that the transition has been more smooth than I anticipated. I thought it would feel less natural for me to kind of encompass that role of a provider. And honestly, I don't feel that way. I feel like it's been very comfortable. Diagnosing and treating has come pretty naturally, and I'm happy for that. But I mean, naturally, I say that very, very loosely, because obviously not naturally. Actually, all I really do is, aside from be a mom and take care of my kids, otherwise, you usually can find me studying. It becomes a little overwhelming because I feel like I always need to know all the answers. And so naturally, yes, naturally I would say my strength would be in communicating with my patients, empathizing with my patients, and just like having a conversation with my patients. That comes very naturally to me. But obviously there's another component of having the information, and I do study a lot, and it does, so that part doesn't necessarily come naturally. That comes with a lot of work. Coming to terms with the fact that I don't always have the answers, I need to be okay with that, and then know when that does happen where to find the answer or have my resources available to me. So one thing I did do that I recommend is I made a couple connections there in the office that I'm now working at, got their phone number, like in case anything comes up where I need some feedback. Hey, can I text you? In the facility that I'm working at, there may come times where I am the only provider on staff, if not for the whole shift, at least for a part of the shift. And so it's nice to know that I have people that I can reach out to and ask questions to if and when I should say, and questions come about. I shared in my previous video my favorite resources. I've referenced them every time I've been there thus far. My MRA, my UpToDate, and then the guidelines for the Family Nurse Practitioner book. I always have that out at my desk. So just having resources at my disposal really gives me some comfort when I am practicing. That being said, after working in the urgent care, there's one area in particular that I discovered I really need to get better with, was interpreting x-rays. And I know that comes with time and practice, but my program, the education component on radiology, was like extremely limited. I get it, I'm not a radiologist, but we don't have a radiologist on staff there, and they read and interpret the x-rays within like 24 to 48 hours of them being completed. So on site, you have to be able to interpret the x-ray to the best of your ability. I mean, radiologist still reads it, and you let the patient know, and I always do let the patient know, like, I'm not a radiologist, I do or don't see a fracture or whatever. Like, I make sure to let them know, and then I say what I do or don't see. And I definitely have erred on the side of caution. If they are having pain in a foot or an ankle and they had an injury and you don't see like a lateral malleolus fracture, but they have tenderness at that site, I would still treat them as if they did have a fracture and splint them. And then, of course, say that the radiologist will do the final read. I still refer them to orthopedics. I do all the things because I would rather act as though they have a fracture and they don't, versus don't act like they have a fracture and they do. So for this last couple weeks, really, I've been doing a ton of research on interpreting x-rays. It's been tricky trying to find really good resources. If anyone's watching this and has any resources that they use, definitely let me know. You tell me it's good, I'm gonna look into it. So I would definitely say if you are a new nurse practitioner and you're going to work at an urgent care, I would touch up on your radiology or your interpreting x-rays. I would become a radiologist. No, I'm just kidding. So as you know, I really love making, like, I don't know if PowerPoints is the correct term because it's not even a PowerPoint, I'm on a Mac, but like kind of presentations, learning resources for my use, and then I share them, obviously. So I've been working on one for a new nurse practitioner working in urgent care. And a lot of it I've gotten from all of the resources that I've already shared with you. Some other websites as well for radiology. I've really been trying to pick out like normal x-rays, and then the most common fractures. Like that's been a big component of what I've been putting into this presentation. Aside from interpreting x-rays, I included also some information about suture care before and after. What else was there? Like the Perk and Wells criteria. If you're not familiar, it's for helping to rule out a pulmonary embolism, or to rule out needing to get a further eval for a PE. It's a really useful tool, especially outpatient, working in the urgent care. The Ottawa ankle and knee rules, and that's again to kind of determine if this person should or should not have imaging done. There's a lot of like really useful tools for validating the choices that you make in practice, especially outpatient. And I'll probably share it, if not here, definitely in my Facebook group. If you guys are interested in something like that, you can go ahead and let me know, and I will be happy to share it. Obviously, it's just my collection of information that I've got from all these different resources, and trying to really hone in on the need to know stuff for working in the urgent care. So that's a little bit about my first job as an NP working in urgent care. If any of you are new nurse practitioners working in urgent care, let me know down below. Let me know if you have any favorite resources for interpreting x-rays, because that is a hurdle that I've got to get over. I've got to get better. I'm getting better. I got to keep getting better. I want that to be a strength, not a weakness of mine. So that's my goal. If you have any resources or tips, let me know, because your girl's always listening. And until next time, I wish you guys a great, what is today, Thursday? A great end of your week into your weekend. Hopefully you get to get out, enjoy some of this nice weather. Hopefully it stays nice, no more thunderstorms, right? And I will talk to you later. Bye.